If only I could have predicted the disaster that would be waiting for me when I stepped off the elevator, I would have taken the stairs. Instead, I rode down to the lobby from my 8th-floor apartment because the last thing I want is to show up to meet my brand new boss with my blouse sweaty and my hair flying. My wide-eyed gaze slides to the coffee stain now seeping into my high-waisted herringbone pants. No! I balance my dripping travel mug in one hand, lid askew, and fumble in my laptop bag with the other, grabbing a mini pack of Kleenex. From somewhere over my shoulder, the buoyant beat of Build Me Up Buttercup drifts into my consciousness. "Oh, hell," comes a sheepish voice to my right. "I'm sorry, Catherine." I don't even have to look up to know who is speaking. Luca Morelli. Of course, he's responsible for this mocha-colored mess dripping down my thigh, just like he was responsible for the bike I tripped over in the mailroom last week, and my dry cleaning that disappeared the week before that. It's okay. I focus on scrubbing at the stain, but it's not okay, and those flimsy little squares are no match for the majority of an extra-large latte. The tissue disintegrates, smearing mangled bits of paper into the fabric weave of my pants. Oh no, I can't meet my new boss like this. Wait, stop, you're just making it worse. Luca swiftly rounds the lobby's front desk and reaches underneath, pulling out a neatly folded rag and a bottle of water. I take one last futile swipe. How could it be worse? A moment later, Luca is standing in front of me, holding out the rag. "Try this instead." I toss the mangled tissue in the trash, and when I reach for the cloth in his outstretched hand, my eyes focus on the burst of vibrant tattoos covering the length of his forearm. I've never noticed them before, and the delicate lines of flora and birds are unexpected and beautiful. He must have rolled up the sleeves of his black doorman uniform when he was doing whatever it was he was doing when he came crashing into me. Why were you... I wave my hand in the direction of the elevator, doing the jitterbug in the middle of the lobby. Luca uncaps the water bottle and takes my wrist to pour some into the rag. His hand is warm, his grip firm, and I stare at the etched panels of a monarch butterfly's wings as it lands on an echinacea flower. I'm drawn to those vibrant colors, and with him leaning close like this, I feel a strange pull to the man who displays them, too. "Technically, it was the Carolina shag," he says, yanking me back to my senses. Why am I standing here staring at his forearms and not on a bus halfway to the university? I lift my gaze from his tattoos to his face, which hovers a good 8 inches above mine, but focusing on those dark eyes and bronze skin isn't helping, so I step away from Luca, swiping at my stained pants. While I manage to dislodge the bits of shredded tissue, the coffee stain doesn't budge. "Mrs. Goodwin was the 1964 Myrtle Beach Carolina Shag champion." Luca hitches his chin at a silver-haired black lady bopping in the corner. Considering her advanced age, she's pulling off some surprisingly elaborate footwork. "Hello, honey. Sorry about your pants." Mrs. Goodwin gives me a wave and then steps her left orthopedic shoe over her right to execute a graceful spin across the scuffed tile floor. "Mrs. Goodwin was teaching me her moves, and I wasn't expecting anyone to step off the elevator right at that moment." Luca holds up his hands in a "who knew" gesture. I give up on the coffee stain and drop the wet cloth into his open palm, my frustration growing. When I came to the De Greco to tour the available apartment, there were at least 3 other people who were also interested, so I knew I was lucky to be the one to land this affordable rental in a quiet building. The handsome, charming doorman seemed like a huge bonus. I looked forward to the extra security at the front door, especially after growing up in a series of sketchy apartments.